Hi guys, welcome to Two Girls with Cancer.
Hi, I'm Becky.
And Ashley. Today our episode, we are going to be talking about parenting and dating while battling cancer.
Yeah. Let's start with parenting, because you can be single and a parent going through this, or you could be dating and whatever. But for you specifically, you were single and you were trying to date. So tell us about that.
Being a single mom and being sick is probably the hardest thing, plus the mom guilt that you get from it. Like, I spent probably more days in bed or recovering because I had 3 surgeries in such a short period of time that I couldn't do the regular parent things. I couldn't take my kid to the park. I couldn't, get him dressed. I would be in the hospital. He would come see me. I'm getting emotional.
It's okay. Remind everyone how old your son is again.
He's 4.
Okay. So he's little and he needs a lot of attention. If anyone's got a toddler and a preschool age kid. Oh, I don't know, man. I had girls and they were just
Are they crazy?
So wild as well. But yeah, I've heard that about boys, that they're a lot.
Their testosterone. They need to be busy. They need to most kids. But it was really hard for me. And I'm so grateful that I had my sisters and my mom and some of my friends, because I couldn't do anything. I had to fight to stay alive for myself and for him. And I had to recover and do those things. But there was times where I felt so bad that I couldn't be a good mom, or I couldn't do these things with him. I remember I just wanted to do something, and it was after, I think, my invasive surgery, and my girlfriend came down and we all went, my sisters and my mom, and they had to push him in a wheelchair in West Edmonton Mall. And I was just
That's humbling.
Right? And I'm like, because I couldn't walk through the mall, but I just wanted to be involved with my son. And I think that's the hardest part when you're a sick person, a sick parent. You don't get to experience those things, You don't get to run around with your child, You don't get to go to the parks, do movies, or go to Galaxy Land and stuff like that. It's hard.
So in that counseling session I had today, that came up so early on in our conversation. Like, her and I were just getting to know each other for our first session. And I had said, my oldest, who, straight A student, but her marks started to go down within the last year. And I just sort of assumed it was the friend group that she had started to hang around with when I was gone to Mexico for treatment. And that's kind of what I've thought for the last year. And very recently she said to me, did you ever think that maybe it's because of what I'm going through with you? And I was like just my heart broke. And I told the counselor this, and she said, well, what does that make you feel when you hear that? And I just started crying, and I said, guilty.
Yeah, guilt.
Because, and I had no idea that I felt guilt for it, because I don't know. I guess I buried it in, but I thought the reason I felt guilty is because something that I did caused her to feel a certain way. And it's not something I did per se. Like, I didn't choose to have cancer.
But how it affected her.
Yeah. And so I know we've talked about this before, but my sister-in-law, she had passed away from breast cancer. It was July 2nd, and my kid was born August 1st. Same hospital, same floor of the hospital, same wing, like everything. And, it was very healing to have her be born so close after. But for her whole life, all she's heard from all of us is breast cancer kills people. Breast cancer killed an auntie. And so, as soon as I got sick, and my younger one, she's younger, right? So she's not in the same sort of headspace as my teenager. But yeah, since I got sick, she puts on a strong face, but I wonder if she actually just thinks about it all the time. Well,
is mommy going to be there?
Yeah, my auntie died of breast cancer. Is my mom going to die of breast cancer? I don't know. And it's not that her marks came down because she was distracted or anything. I think her marks came down because she was focusing more on like almost like disassociating. Like all of a sudden she's very into how she looks and friends and being popular and everything. And I quite honestly think that she's just trying to disassociate a little bit from her home life. And it's not like her home life is bad by any means. It's not like this is a tough house to live in, but
she's worried about losing her mom.
Yeah.
Her mom has a sickness that kills people. Mm-hmm. And you've had surgeries. You don't really know. Well, and with our cancers, like cancer always comes back. Once you got it, it's already in your it's in you.
And then that being said as well, now because her aunt had BRCA, which is a hereditary gene of cancer. Mm-hmm. I tested negative for that, but everyone, the females on their side, like a lot of them have had it. My kid is now, both my girls are at high risk of that. So now mom has it. So then they're at high risk of that. It's a lot to put on kids.
Well, it is. Like my baby, he's only 4. It would have been 3 at the time. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you don't think that it would affect them, but it does.
Well, yeah.
He
might not understand the same way that
exactly.
My girls were 10 and 12 at the time. Mm-hmm. They don't understand that mom is, yours doesn't understand, that mom is sick or what cancer is. Mine do. Mm-hmm. But I definitely think that a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old feels it.
We're driving into the city. He goes, or we're driving by where I had all my surgeries. Mom, that's your home. That's your hospital. Aww. And I'm like, yeah, because it was for how many trips, how many days I was in there, and he would have to come see me. And it breaks my heart that this poor little boy had to go through it, But he's strong.
If you look at on the flip side, he could have had a mom who completely shut down and was a victim and let the disease kill her.
Well, he's the one who made me strong. I knew that I couldn't do that. I knew when the oncologist, pretty much, there wasn't much they could do. And I was like, okay, well, I got to fight. Mm-hmm. Because I look at this little boy and like, he needs me. Mm-hmm. It was really dark for me. Mm-hmm. I thought I was losing my mind. There's days there I didn't even want to get out of bed or talk to anyone. And I was short-tempered and everything. But I knew that I had to keep fighting for baby and I had to find a way to be strong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the same. Like there was days when I was very snippy with my girls or because they are at an age where they're old enough to understand what I'm going through, and then they would like disrespect me or they would just downplay what I had. Like those were really tough days as well. Like when I first had my mastectomy, I didn't drive for about a week and a half. I decided I was going to drive them. I picked them up somewhere and one of them had a massage appointment. The other one was going somewhere. And I remember turning back like this, my kid, and my arm was so sore. Like now I have an okay range of motion, but like a week after surgery, not at all. And I was driving and I turned my arm back like this to get something. And my kid, I don't know what she did. They were fighting and it like hit my arm and like flung it and I like yelped in pain. And then they're fighting with each other because that's what my girls do nonstop. And the one said something about, like my one kid has like really thick, beautiful hair. The other one wants to have thick, beautiful hair, but it's a lot thinner. And so the one with the thick hair made a comment about her not even having nice hair or something. And I was like, I have no hair. And then she said, the same girl said to her, like, at least I'm not flat or something. Like, you have no boobs. And I was like, I lost a boob a week ago. And I lost it on them. And I kicked my kids. I think they both were having massages. And I'm like, get the F out of my car. I didn't swear at them. But I thought it.
In your mind.
And they're like, what? And they're like, are you going to come in with me? And I was like, no, you're done. Get out. And I called, I can't remember. I think I might have called their dad. And I'm like bawling on the phone. And I called my husband and I'm bawling. And someone had to go pick them up because I was like, I don't want to see these kids. I told my ex, I was like, take these kids for the weekend. I do not want to see them. Because I just thought, like, the level of disrespect. And, I mean, they're kids. But they're not intentionally trying to do it. No. But I thought, like...
But we're also hyped our, like, sensitivity. And it's like, oh, my God. You said that? Or,
Yeah.
Probably if you didn't have the cancer or you didn't go through or whatever,
I would have laughed.
Yeah.
That my 11-year-old told my 13-year-old that she had no boobs. Like,
right?
I probably would have thought it was funny. But the fact that a week earlier I had a boob and now I didn't, you know, that was a lot. And I thought, like, of all the things that you can say to somebody, like, that's the one, that's what you're going to say.
But they don't understand.
No,
either.
they don't, because kids, they just,
kids.
yeah, they're just kids. They don't mean to hurt you, right? So that was what I found challenging in parenting, was like trying to give them grace, because they're also going through a lot, thinking that their parent could die, right? Or not knowing, like, is my mom going to be here? Am I going to have to live with my dad? Who am I going to go stay with? Like, that kind of stuff. And like during treatment, like, I was gone for a month, and then I went for another 2 weeks. And the day before I went for my second round in Mexico, my 10-year-old got her period the day before I left. And I was like, I'm so sorry.
I can't be here.
And I was like, do you want to deal with your stepdad or your real dad? Like,
No.
and she's like, neither. Like, okay, go.
Mom.
And I was like, go to grandma's. Like, I didn't know what else to do. Like, I felt so much guilt about that. And like, there was nothing I can do, because what I was doing was going to Mexico to go do treatment so that I can be around for them. And I remember too, like, the first time I was in Mexico, a week or two into being there, my kid had a track meet. And I saw her after, like, we FaceTimed after, and they had won gold and they were so excited. And I was so excited. And then just this past March, she had the same track meet and I got to go to it. And, you know, she's 13, so she's embarrassed by everything I do. Mom's super embarrassing. And she was like, why are you even here, Mom? Why are you watching me? And I remember I started crying at the Butterdome, which is like a track here. I started crying at the Butterdome because last year at this time, I didn't know if I'd have a next year to go watch you. I said, so the fact is that I've gone an entire year and I'm here to watch you do this. Like, yeah, I'm going to be here and I'm going to be at every freaking track meet. So just shut up and take it. I'm
going to love you. And you're not going to like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's hard parenting. Like, all you want to do is sleep. There are mornings I don't get out of bed. This morning, I heard my husband up. I heard him talking to my 11-year-old, who has a really hard time getting out of bed for school. But I heard them talking and him saying, you need to get up. Your bus comes soon. And I didn't hear her for quite a while. And I thought, oh, she was very quiet this morning. She must have gone to her bus. Well, I got up at 8:05. School starts at 8:15. She's still in bed. He's on the couch. And I was like, what is happening? He goes, I told her to get up and she didn't, so I'm not dealing with it anymore. So then I go downstairs to go find my other kid, who's normally up 6 a.m., does all our makeup, does everything. She's still asleep. I'm like, what is happening here? Sometimes that my body needs that extra sleep. Like, I need to sleep in so that I feel better, so that I can parent better throughout the day. And it's like, I can't, because I got to get up and parent, and it's hard. Like, and I don't expect my husband to do it all. I mean, like, he's working, right? He works from home sometimes, but he's trying to get work done in the morning. So it's not his job to get them a lunch. But yesterday, I didn't wake up, and he's like, yeah, I made the kids a lunch and I sent them on their way. Man, I feel so bad. Like, they should see their mom in the morning.
Right. But it's hard. Like, I'm grateful. Thank you, Mom, and my sisters. I have an amazing mom. My body is literally, sometimes it's hard to even lift my arms or put clothes on, get out of bed. And there's days where I can't. And my mom, she's so amazing. Like, she'll watch my son for me, you know?
And I'm sure she wasn't expecting to really have to be mom again, of a 3-year-old.
A 65-year-old woman having to help her daughter raise her son because she's sick. You know, and I'm so grateful. And I may not say it enough, but thank you, because I don't know where I would be.
Well, what about these women who have no one? I'm in a lot of Facebook groups for cancer patients or cancer survivors, and a lot of them talk about how they're alone. They have nobody. They have no help. They've got a baby at home. Like, what do you do?
What do you do? I'm so grateful, though.
Like, does the government send a nurse? Like, I don't know what you do when you're alone.
You could get home care. But it depends on, like, you have to be like, after my surgeries, I could have got it, but you don't get help. You don't get help with your child. You don't.
Right.
There's times where I couldn't get up to make his lunch or get him to daycare, or, you know what I mean? You can't do that. So how do those moms do it? It's hard.
I don't know. I have no idea. And like, I know with chemo.
Or dads, sorry.
Yeah, of course. But for us, our scenario is that we're
moms.
We're moms, right? And we've both been single moms, and we both know how hard it is. I know how hard it was just to have a 4-year-old or a 3-year-old. And I was perfectly healthy. I was in my 20s. I should have been like,
and top of my game. That by facing death.
I can't even imagine. It was hard with preteens.
I'm not sure. It's my family. I'm so grateful for them because there were some hard times.
Mm-hmm. It makes for me anyway. It makes me so thankful that I have a husband. I mean, I have a family. They're close. I'm close with them. But to have a husband who lives here, he was very helpful to me.
That's amazing.
And you were single through all of it, recently taken, but...
Yeah, and I'm grateful because I waited through the whole journey. I wanted to have somebody, but I would have loved to had been in a relationship prior to it. Mm-hmm. It's hard. It's a messy. Well, it's already hard enough as a full-time single parent in your late 30s to date when you don't have time. Put cancer in the mix and have to explain to these men. Like I always did. Like that's the one thing because I don't go out much. I don't have energy to do anything, but I want love.
So you should.
Right? So I went on these dating apps. Oh my God. It was awful.
So I was on the dating apps from when did I get divorced? Like around 28-ish till I started dating Andrew when I was 30, maybe 27 to 30. So a few years on there. What a cesspool of trash that is. Like it was a lot. I had 2 kids, single mom. I was real skinny and real hot back then. And like,
you're so hot.
Thank you. Okay. I had hair and boobs then. Is what I'm getting at. But yeah, like I had no problem matching and connecting and going on dates. It was retention that I struggled with. Guys would be like, "You're cool. I had so much fun with you, but you have kids, so no." Or like they would just ghost me.
Because you can't make the plans definite, or you got to plan this. You got to get a babysitter. It's like, hey, let's go for coffee right now. Yeah. Excuse me, I have a child.
I know. I dated one guy. And he really struggled with my schedule because, kids are unpredictable. Kids don't sleep when you need them to. If we need to be out the door at 8 and a babysitter comes, well, if that babysitter is late and my kids don't want to sleep, what do you do? What do you do?
The kids come first. Sorry.
Well, they have to. I mean, that's like in any dating scenario, but like now, like add sickness on top of that. Now you're like having to cancel on dates because you don't know. Are you going to feel good? Are you going to feel bad? Are you having a stomach explosion?
Yeah, blow up. The most insecure thing for me was my body. I was very in shape prior. I worked out, fitness, meal prep, my life. And then spending how many days in bed, I lost all my muscle mass. My legs are even skinnier now than they were, and they're skinny. And now I have this huge scar in my stomach. And like, because I'm always up front. I have to be like, hey, well, I'm battling cancer. I don't have active cancer right now, but this is my story, blah, blah, blah. I've had 3 surgeries in 8 months. I can't go skydiving. You know what I mean? Like, I can't do the things that normal people can do.
Yeah, don't ask me to go on a date at 10 o'clock at night. It's not happening.
Right? And I had, like, this one guy, and I was like, telling him about myself. He's like, well, can I see it? I'm like, well, I'm kind of insecure.
Can I see it?
Yeah, I want to see it. And I was like, it bothers me. Like, I'm not, I'm insecure about it, and blah, blah. So I send the photo over. He's like, yeah, I can see why you're insecure. And I'm like, what? And what?
Block delete.
Literally, I blocked and delete. I was like, F you. I was like, the mental, like how he made me feel, it crushed me. But society today, you need fake lips, fake tits, you need both. You know what I mean? You need that fake
Just
look.
A side note. Have you noticed that every girl looks the exact same? What is happening?
But that's our society.
It's poofy. You look poofy. It's tight and it's poofy. It's tight. On some girls, I don't hate it, but on most of them, it's poofy. I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some things I like to work on, but I'd like to look like me. I don't want to look like somebody different.
Right. But a lot of men like that look.
And that's fair. Like, there's obviously a market for it. Otherwise, girls wouldn't continue to do it, right? That keeps these injectors in
cancer
business.
girl has to compete with these when I'm like, it's hard.
Well,
It was hard. And I had a lot of assholes. Excuse my language.
Mom, we're so
we
sorry.
said we
So sorry, Mom.
we weren't going to swear, but this one I had to.
She's fired up, people.
Men or women, depending, just do better. Like the saying, if a man wanted to, he would. He freaking would. Like,
literally.
And if the conversation's getting shorter with you, it's getting longer with somebody else, you know?
Yeah. See, I never really thought about any of this because, like, I got married and then 6 months later, I got cancer. So, you know, I've been in a stable relationship for years at this point. Like we started dating in 2017. I got sick in 2023. So, you know, I've been with this man for a long time at this point. But I dated a guy right before Andrew who I would say that I loved, or at least I like very much cared for. He was fine. Like he was lovely to be with, but he cared a lot about image and he cared a lot about looking perfect and whatever. And I think about this often. Like if I was with him, like I don't know if we would still be together because I don't think that me losing my hair and losing my boob and gaining a bunch of weight,
the journey itself.
I don't know if he would have been okay with that. And that sucks to think about because
it does, but it's like some people can handle it. I've had friends that wanted to be there for me, but they couldn't do it. Yeah. And that's fine because that's right. But that's why you got to pick the right person.
Well, I hear about other women, again, on these Facebook groups saying, you know, I have a boyfriend and he's not really interested in me now. He doesn't want to have sex with me. He doesn't, whatever, because I'm bald or because I had a mastectomy. And I thought, oh my gosh.
How pathetic you have to be not to be there for somebody who's going through something. Actually, I was seeing someone knew my situation.
Oh, right.
And it was just before one of my surgeries and never showed up to the hospital. Nothing. And it's just like, for me, I was like, I can't do this. I don't need the mental stress. You know, it's like, no matter how long you're dating someone, if something happens, you go be by their side.
Yeah, really.
You know, you need that support. I need that support. Like going forward, I don't know what's going to happen in my life. You know, I need a man who's going to be a man. Old school love, how they love you no matter what, makeup on, makeup off. I wouldn't want to be with him, with those men. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's really, I have to say they are out there, ladies. Don't give up hope. I hear a lot of women bitching about like, you know, this, you know, narcissist, everything. I've been through shitty relationships, but there is good men out there. I finally found one and I'm happy he comes to my appointments, you know, like there for me. I want to talk about like having a hard day or stuff like that. But it's important to make sure when you're going through cancer or a disease or something, you're sick, that you have a good support that want to be there for you. Because if you don't, it's going to make your sickness worse.
Yeah, absolutely. There's something about, you know, having to face this that's hard, but having to face this and knowing that someone else could be there with you and doesn't want to be, that's devastating. You know, it's supposed to be the person that loves you, right? It
causes more stress. I would do this alone for the rest of my life.
Over someone who half-asses it?
A narcissist, abusive relationship, someone who thinks more highly of himself. Like I got a scar on my stomach that I hate, but also before I hated, but now I'm starting to love it. And it's like, that's a part of me. You know, it's like your scar. That's who you are. You know, and if somebody can't love you for just who you are, then they're not your person. And it's sad and they're missing out, but you will find a person out there, you know? Old school love still is around. I have been looking for that my whole life. Well, it's like relationships shouldn't be hard. They shouldn't be trauma. No. You shouldn't be walking on eggshells. You shouldn't be scared. You know, love is love. You know, you're supposed to grow.
I was telling someone this recently, and I said to her, you know, my marriage isn't always like fireworks, right? And like nobody's marriage is like that all the time. I said, but what it is safe, and it's comfortable. And we, as a society, I think that safe and comfortable are not good things. We want chaotic and edgy and spontaneous and wild. And that's great. When you're dating, that's so great, like in the early stages, but you can't rely on that. And if I was still in relationships where I was looking for excitement and chaos and whatever else, you know, I don't know how I would be sick around that.
No.
Right? I'd be embarrassed to have no hair, to take my wig off, to take my bra off.
You couldn't be you. You couldn't allow your body to heal because someone's sitting there judging you. Put your wig back on, or, you know, like, don't lift up your shirt because you have scars all over your stomach.
Yeah.
You know?
The amount of times throughout chemo that I would just lay around naked because I was hot flashing so bad. And you get a lot of bone pain from some of the injections they give you. And you just feel hungover and disgusting. And it's like, I would just lay there naked. And my husband is sweet. He would come home and just see that I was naked, offer me a blanket if I wanted it. But he wasn't like, ooh, you've gained weight.
What's wrong with you?
And the thing with chemo too is it makes everything kind of jelly-like. It does make your muscles very gelatinous. It's a weird thing. It was not like I was blobbing around like flubber or anything. Like, I don't know, you would just like touch it and it'd be like different parts of your body and it'd be like jelly.
Interesting.
It was weird. So I'm sure it didn't look great. And then of course after chemo, as soon as chemo stopped, I threw 20 pounds on. And it's like, I know that my husband didn't sign up for this.
No, but he was there.
But I guess he did. He did sign up for better or for worse. But when he first started dating me, young and hot, did he ever think? I don't know. But he's sweet. He's sweet about it. And the thought of, I don't know, having a date again and reveal that intimate side of myself or that very personal side of myself is terrifying.
It's awful. Dude, I didn't enjoy it. I went on and went off of these stupid dating sites how many times, but I was so lonely and I just wanted love, you know?
Right.
And then it's like, nobody wants a sick girl. That's how I felt. I was like, I would get ghosted, blocked, you know, or they'll talk to you for a little bit and then they'll just move on because I had cancer or whatever. It's like,
you're not joking when you say do better, people.
Do better. And like, it's just so heartbreaking that,
right.
And like, I'm raising a boy now. Like, I've been through some crazy relationships, as we all probably have, but old school gentlemen, that needs to come back. And that's what I'm raising my son.
Where'd it go?
A man should never hit a woman, you know, like, shouldn't manipulate man or woman. You shouldn't do it to the opposite sex, you know, like it's.
Yeah, my thought is if you are a parent, teach your child, and I'm not saying just your son, teach your daughters, teach your sons to be kind, be respectful, be loving, be loyal.
Don't bully, don't be mean, you know, help people. If there's a grandma that needs to be walked across the street, help her, you know, hold the door for someone drops something, pick it up.
Crap nonstop because we'll be going, I always let my kids go ahead of me, and then there'll be somebody coming in the same time they're going out, and they'll just go in, and I yell at them right in front of that person. I'll be like, I'm sorry, my children are rude. Get back here and open this door.
Right?
And it embarrasses them, but they need to know. And the person always goes, no, it's fine. I said, no, it's not fine.
Yeah.
No,
it's not.
It's not fine. I will embarrass those kids all day long if it means that they've got manners and they remember that day that mom embarrassed them.
Yeah, because then they're gonna be like, oh no, here, let me get that for you. You know?
We haven't got there yet. I've had to do it many times and we still haven't quite got there. But I don't understand like where the disconnect was. Even when I was a kid, I always did that.
I think it's just a society now. Like we live in such a crazy world. Like
it's pretty superficial for sure.
People want to be cats.
Puffy-faced cats.
Tractors. Not even human.
Yeah, right. My kids
what was that one? A bear? The one person? I don't know. I've seen it.
My kids talk a lot about furries. And Therians. Furry is like they dress up like animals.
Yeah, that's what that's
and like that was in costumes. And then Therians are people who like actually think like I think the furries just dress up. It's like a when my kids' age is not like a sexual thing, but like adults that do it, I think it's more of a sexual thing. But the Therian is like somebody who identifies as an animal. And my kids talk about it all the time. That's like a burn for each other. Flat, obviously, as we know, no hair, and you're a furry. These are the burns of today. I'm trying to think of the things that I call
Things
my
are
brother.
so different, though, right? So our kids are like, there's so many things. Society's pulling them in so many different ways, and it's like, teach your kids, like,
how do we do a good job?
Yeah,
how do we know what's the right
properly? You know, do the best you can, but don't create bullies. Don't create people who are going to hurt others, because this world would be such a better place if we could just all be kind to each other. And it's hard. Like, even when we were talking about, like, there's someone in the community that said I was faking my cancer, wanted to report my GoFundMe because I was a con artist.
Did you take a knife and cut your own stomach?
Right?
Are you a method actor?
The tube in my stomach, the surgeries.
Did you do that for attention? Clout?
I think so.
Is that what
apparently
the kids
that's
say? Clout?
what I was doing it for. You know, and it's like, I didn't want to ever actually talk about it, but it's like, how dare you? How dare you try and get other people? You have no idea what it takes to sit in this spot, be in my shoes, and go through what I did and still put a smile on my face. You know, shame on you. Shame on you, and shame on anybody who picks on somebody who is sick. Because you have no idea what it's like until you go through something and it hits you personally in your own body. No one will understand.
No. Or the people who have a problem with your new body.
Yes.
Like what you look like now. I would love it.
You didn't look like that before. Well, no shit.
Yeah, cool. You're right. Like, I just think of these men, like, you used to have a hairline. Like, you don't anymore. Like, imagine if their balls had to get cut off. Like, imagine. And you don't see testicles, right? Yeah. Like, you can hide that. You could go about your day as a man, have it cut off.
And, like, can I say about your bra?
Please do.
Look at, you can't tell, but she's got a boob here.
Which one's real?
But
which one's not?
This one's not real. There's nothing there, you know? But you can't tell.
But I have to wear high neck shirts. I had to throw out every shirt I owned that was like this, which was everything. My dresses, all my bathing suits, my bras. Like, I just throw out so many clothes, and now I have to wear athletic gear. And that's fine. I'm getting used to it, but that's not me. I'm not an athletic style type of person. I'm more of like a fancier style.
I'm the athletic one.
You know, and I wear hats with everything because I don't want people to see that I'm wearing a wig and I have a, you know, like a lace front.
Well, that's what I said today. I'm like, you look great without.
Well, this wig is not good without a hat. But a lot
you're
of
beautiful. You don't need to wear that.
A lot of them you can't tell, and so I am trying to be more confident wearing them. But I feel like just people stare at it, and they like know they're like staring at. We're like,
right. Or when my tummy blows up to here and I look like it. This one lady, she's like, "Oh, how many months?" I'm like, "It's cancer."
no.
I think I might have said that, but I'm like, and she was like, I'm like, "Oh no, it's okay.
It's a giant tumor.
It's fine. It's okay. Don't worry about it."
People are so weird. Just shut up, people.
I know,
That's
right?
all. Just shut up.
I know. It's just sad. It's sad what the world has come to, and just how people are, and it's like suicide. You know, like you don't
Suicide's high,
right? You don't know. I don't know what you're going through. If I never met you, you're a beautiful woman, but I don't know that you're battling breast cancer.
Right. Yeah, really. If you strip me right down and you see I have no hair and no boob, and then you're like, oh, dang, I had no idea. And that's what, when we talked about
But I could have said something to you that would have put you over the edge, and you could have hurt yourself.
Totally.
You know?
Well, like we were saying in episode 3, the stigma of looking good versus the stigma of looking sick. It's like, you know, we didn't want to look sick because you don't want people to feel bad for you. But also when you choose to look good or to make yourself look good, then people don't think that you're nearly as sick as you are. I think that was a big problem for me. I would put on such a happy face all the time, and I would just go and do my thing and be energized and then pay for it after. But people, I don't think, understood like how sick you are.
Me too.
Like how scary stage 3, stage 4, any cancer really, but like, you know, stage 3 and 4 is getting up there.
When you
like
get up
how
there,
scary that is.
when it metastasized and was in, you know, other parts of your body.
Yeah.
Usually you don't come back.
Well, I mean, based on that arsenal of supplements that you and I both have,
I mean, forever.
we're doing a lot. We're doing a lot to get better. So, yeah, I think that's probably good for this episode. Parenting is hard. dating is hard. Help out your friends. If you have a sick friend, take their kid.
Yeah.
If you're on dating
Help
apps and
cook
someone
meals.
says that they're sick, be kind to them. You don't have to date them, but
No,
like,
probably not your person, but don't be rude. You know?
I do have a story to tell.
Okay.
Sarah was not going to paint me in a good light. My Tinder days, I had connected with this guy, and him and I were chatting, and he was really like cool energy. It was like very excitable, and I like that. I like an outgoing guy. And he said, "Tell me something like really cool and like I don't know, unexpected about you." And I didn't even have a chance to say it. He's like, "I'll go first." I was asleep on the Greyhound going up to work, and I got in a huge accident, and like a whole bunch of people died. And I was like, "Oh my gosh." And he's like, "Yeah, I was in a wheelchair." And I was thinking like, "Oh man, like cool, you bounced back from that."
Yeah.
But then I found out that he was still in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And like at this point, we'd already made plans to hang out and this and that. And at the time, like the way that I was as a person, I was like, I don't think I have it in me to be with somebody in a wheelchair. Like I was freshly divorced, so in a fairly like bad headspace, fairly self-serving. Like I had small children, but I was like, oh man. And I don't even know if I ever told him. Like, I'm so sorry. You know, that was 10 years ago. I've changed as a person, but you know, it just wasn't for me. And there are people out there. I'm sure he's in a relationship now. That's great. There's probably a woman out there who didn't have any issues, loved that he was in a wheelchair, you know, was excited for him. It wasn't for me. So like, I do understand when guys say like, or ghost or whatever, because you have cancer, it's not. But it's like, there's nicer ways to do it. And I unfortunately didn't.
But now you've learned, right?
Yeah, that was so mean of me.
But you wouldn't do it again.
No, of course not.
See, you've learned.
Yeah, for sure. So just, I don't know, be nice to your sick friends. We say
you can just in this episode take something from it. If you can take something from anything that we're trying to do here, is just be kind.
Yeah.
And be caring.
It seems to be like the common theme for a lot of our episodes. Just be kind to people. Sick people have a lot going on.
Yeah. And even though we may not look sick, we're struggling. And that's not even just with sick people, it's with other people. You don't know what they're going through.
Yeah, everyone's struggling, really.
Right?
Yeah, we're just a little more vocal about it.
Yeah. We're here to help. Yay.
Okay, well, everyone have a wonderful week. We will be back next week with... I don't even think we've talked about a topic.
It'll be a surprise.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah. All right.
So, yeah, we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.